Hey guys, it's YOU WACK. So as you guys know, Season 6 started yesterday, and I want to hear you guys' stories of how your placement games went, because it seems like already people are loving Season 6 and already loving the placement games where they got placed at, because it seems like it's a bit more fair. And for this video, I did want to talk about Season 6 and if it's finally fixed, because as you guys know, I particularly wasn't fond of Season 5. There's just so many things wrong with it, not even just with the meta or in the in-game stuff, just really the whole idea of competitive and how it was really structured, whether you're in the higher ranks or lower ranks, it just wasn't all that great. But there's so much changes for Season 6 that when it was finally announced and when it finally started, I was more ready than SpongeBob going to the Krusty Krab. I was so excited because I felt like it was going to be just 10 times more fair for the average competitive player, or for someone that just even plays on a consistent basis such as myself. Now for this video, I won't really go into too much details of the actual changes, more or less just highlight the important ones that really are already affecting Season 6 and making it 10 times better. But I also do want to mention that it is the beginning of the season. I don't want to hype up Season 6 too much because, well, since it is the beginning, people mainly care about competitive. You know, they don't have the rank that they want, whereas at the end of the season, they got Diamond, they got Masters, they got the rank that they want. They don't have anything close to work towards, so they feel like overworked, or they just want to throw, they just want to play the hero that they want and not work together as a team. They just don't really care is what I'm trying to get at. So really, that's the big factor of why Season 6 is already going 10 times better, because people already care. But also, I think another big factor is actually the placement games. Now, I did want to highlight this because, well, placement games is something that we all have to go through, and I'm already seeing people already happy about where they place that, even me. Now, if you're wondering what rank I did get, I won't tell you in this video for one sole reason, is that I'm going to make a funny moments video of my last 5 placement games this Sunday or Monday if I get around to it. Hopefully I will. So that's the time where you will get the rank, but just know that it's a pretty fair rank. As you guys know, I got 3,800. That was my peak of Season 5, and I dropped, and we already heard the story. I got all the way to like 3,300 or something. I dropped 500 SR, so where I got placed at was pretty fair, but I'm already seeing people place higher than where they ended in Season 5, and I'm thinking this is how placement games usually go. Blizzard is going to see your season high for Season 5, and they're going to see where you ended for Season 5, and then also, this is just a guess. This isn't going to be like for every single person, but maybe it kind of relates back to you. They're going to take those two numbers, take the average, and whatever you do in your placement games, let's say you win 5 and lose 5, more than likely they're going to add on or subtract from that average. So if you got like, let's say 3,300 and then you got 3,500, the average between those two is going to be 3,400. So let's say you win 5 and you lose 5, more than likely you're going to get placed at 3,400 because, well, you got an even amount of a win-loss ratio. You didn't win more, you didn't lose more, so you're going to get placed around there. I'm going to guess that's how the placement games go, whereas beforehand, if we take those same two numbers, previously what they would do is that, if you got 3,500, then you ended at 3,300, they would place you at like 3,100 or 3,200, way under from where you even ended the season, and you would have to climb back up. And what was good about that is that it gave you the motivation to continue to play, but also it gave you that SR boost when you first won your game. You would gain like 50 SR, and if you lost, you would maybe lose like 10 SR or something. It would make you want to go back to where you ended the season. But now what they have it is, it's just a bit more fair, and it's placing you where you kind of belong. So there's two good things, and kind of what I wouldn't say it's even a bad thing. The only bad thing about that is that it doesn't really motivate you to really get back to where you were and then some. That's the only good thing that I saw about the old ranking system. Now, the two good things that come out of that is that, well, you feel good about yourself. You feel like you don't have to dig yourself out of a hole that you kind of just accidentally fell in. You know when in Pokemon, right, when Team Rocket kind of just fell in the holes, or no, it was Ash, Misty, and Brock. They would always fall in the holes of Team Rocket, and then Team Rocket would fall in those holes that they just placed in the ground. Now you don't have to dig yourself out of there, even though it wasn't your freaking fault. So that's the first good thing, and the second good thing is it's just a bit more fair. It's also placing people where they belong rather than just placing them lower than where they're at. Or if they got lucky, let's say they placed a little bit lower, but also they got lucky and won 3 games and they got those big SR boosts. Now they're not in the higher ranks where they're not supposed to be, rather than just where they should be a little bit lower. If that kind of makes sense, it's placing people where they kind of belong is what I'm trying to say. Another big change that I'm seeing in Season 6 rather than in Season 5 on the gameplay side of things is that good players are finally going to get rewarded and finally going to be able to climb, rather than just cheesy players. Now, I'm not saying heroes are cheese themselves. I'm talking about you can't just simply pick up a hero, and whether you do good and bad with them, you can't just simply climb with them. So let's take Junkrat for an example. Obviously, he did get those changes, and obviously he's going to be a great hero, but here's the thing, you got to know how to play him, and that good player that understands Overwatch and also that understands Junkrats, he's going to do good with Junkrat, and he's going to be able to climb. Whereas beforehand, maybe if he did get those changes in Season 5, if anyone picked up Junkrat, that whether they did good or bad with him, they're gonna be able to climb. That might not make sense on the surface, but I can also name a few heroes like maybe Symmetra, maybe Sombra to an extent. You know, those are great heroes and great wildcard heroes, but you can't just simply pick them up and expect to climb with them. The good players that understands those heroes understands their role, because every hero has a role. People just do not understand that. Now, if you understand those roles, if you understand Overwatch, and if you're good with those heroes, a McCree, a Junkrat, a Mei, a Sombra, any hero, you're gonna be able to climb because you're good. You're good with that hero. I'm not talking about one-tricking a hero. I'm just talking about just being straight up good at the game and understanding it. Now those players are gonna be able to climb rather than just cheese players. I always say skill is gonna be better and just beat out cheese at 10 times out of 10 any single day. And one last change that is obviously gonna help out Season 6 is gonna be the report system. Now this is brand new on console, not really on PC because, well, it was already on PC, but it kind of sucks that this influences people to be nice rather than just saying, hey, I'm gonna be a decent human being and not yell at the Mercy, not yell at the Genji, not yell at the Reinhardt, and just be nice to them, make it a friendly environment. Now, you still will get toxic people. You're always gonna get those toxic people, especially at the lower ranks, because, well, everybody thinks that they're better than everybody else and they deserve to be a top 500. If you think you're better than everybody else, you deserve to be at the rank that you're at, because the only way that you get in the higher ranks is if you learn, if you're open-minded, if you make a friendly environment, and if you just learn to improve also. You don't see, well, obviously you do still see a lot of people at the higher ranks still be toxic, but you don't ever see Seagull be toxic. You don't ever see those other people that are pros be toxic. No, because they understand a positive environment and a positive mindset is gonna help them play rather than just a negative mindset. A lot of people say, oh, I play better angry. Me personally, I don't. I really don't know anybody else that does that, but really the report system is gonna make people a lot more nicer and also just make it a friendly, more enjoyable environment, which is something that I like. It sucks that influences people rather than just saying, hey, I'm gonna be nice, but hey, I'll take that any day 10 times out of 10. So anyway, guys, let me know how your Season 6 placement games went. Let me know how your Season 6 experience is going, especially with that new report system. Man, this season is just gonna be 10 times better, especially with the shortest season, and I already love it. So love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.